Welcome back to another episode. This is Crypto Ace, and today we're going to be talking about the BUSDX and Futura Finance AMA and what exactly went down during this 1 hour session. And so it was pretty exciting to be there. And essentially, it was ran by Kyle and our own Jay. You know, Kyle is the CEO of Future Finance, and Jay is our CEO. And so it began with Jay asking questions exactly about what is Future Finance and what are they behind, and so let's get right into it. And so the first thing that Kyle explains is that he's the CEO. He explains his history. He's been in crypto for 9 years. He has definitely has been in the game for a while, and he's come up with a crack team of experts, all in their own fields, to help him run Futura Finance. And so he says he's got a full-time blockchain developer. He's got 2 marketing professionals that are going around trying to spread the word out. He's got a graphic designer that has actually worked with pop stars named Paul, and he's the one who's responsible for this website and for some of these pretty impressive videos, as you can see here. And we can actually give it a moment and check out the first few seconds of this video. I mean, you can tell that they've put an effort into it. And so Paul has actually worked with famous TikTok stars and some famous, not even TikTok, he's actually worked with actual famous musicians and done a lot of work for them. And so they're very lucky to have them on board. And they also have a data scientist, which analyzes the algorithms for rewards. And so they've got a team that are working 24 hours a day, like they said, to try to get this project up and running. And so definitely exciting news to hear that. After the introduction of Kyle talking about his team, Jay moved on and wanted to ask more questions. And so his next question was about Futuralink and exactly what is Futuralink and what what's the idea behind it. And so Kyle neatly went over 5 different aspects of Futuralink, and I'm going to go over each one of them right here. As a matter of fact, there are each one of these 5 ones down here that I'm showing you right now. And so the first thing he spoke about was the reflections, and that's something I've talked about before, that you have the ability to pick your reflections and what kinds you like back, and how the fact that you get them every 12 hours, a percentage of it goes into the pancake swap liquidity pool. They have an anti-dump feature. And so this is the first part of 5 of what makes Futuralink. And so then they talked about the second aspect. And so the second aspect is actually the staking feature right here, the staking feature, which isn't live yet. And so it doesn't work when you click on it. But basically what they're talking about is having bounty pools, partnership pools, pools that you'll be able to stake FFT and get different coins back. And even they have long-term vaults that are going to be there for that the main devs have their wallets locked up in too. And so to try to give more faith into the project for investors. And so that's another exciting thing that they're doing, is the staking. And moving on, the third thing that they're really excited about is their escrow feature right here. And I'm not sure if it's live yet, but yeah, there it goes. It's not live yet, but when it does go live, there's mentioning about December 21st, maybe the date they're thinking about it. This is the idea that Futura will be the middle person between a transaction between a buyer and a seller. So imagine you're going to have a buyer and a seller who are going to agree to a term, and through this process of going through Futuralink and a buyer verifying that they got it, the money being locked in the contract, the seller saying, yes, I got the money, and then the buyer confirming everything, that you'll see that at the end it's a win-win situation because we're the ones being the middleman between two party transactions. So imagine buying or selling your concert tickets or sneakers or anything like that. You're going to be able to do it using this escrow system. And if there's any issues like disputes, then there will be they mentioned having actual holders being uh, uh, referees that will actually decide the outcome of some of these disputes. So it's pretty neat, cool stuff because the escrow world exists outside of crypto, but within crypto, there's only a handful of companies doing it, and they're doing it on the bitcoins. And so FFT is trying to get in on this market, which is huge, and this could be the future. So it's very exciting that they're thinking about doing the escrow, and so moving on to the next part is the lottery. Down here, they're thinking about doing a lottery similar to Pancake Swap. That's what they said. It's just another way to generate volume and make extra money. And then last but not least is the fifth part of Futuralink they mentioned is the NFTs portion. So NFTs is not out yet, of course, So, but when it does come out, they mentioned having NFTs with utility. And so it's not just about, oh, I own an NFT that has a random attribute, but this NFT will actually have utility. And depending on the NFT that you have, whether they're silver, gold, because that's what they're talking about, silver or gold, or different levels, you'll get different perks on your staking. So if you have like a gold NFT, it gives you a higher staking than having a silver one. I mean, that's pretty cool, some of the stuff they're thinking about. So that's just part of the Futuralink ecosystem. And it's pretty cool that they went over and explained that. And it's coming out in about 10 business days, they're saying, which about December 21st, which would be the day that it comes out. And so after Kyle had talked about the different things about Futuralink, they went into the AMA and Jay opened it up for the public to ask questions. And so I'm going to go over some of the questions and answers that they gave during the AMA. So the next question came up and it asked about what milestones FFT had set aside. And Kyle really didn't want to have specific dates or numbers because it's best that way. You have general ideas of what they're trying to reach, and what they want to do is they basically want to be able to be on multiple chains, and they've actually built this into the code. And so inside the code, it's already pre-built to go to other chains. So to go to ERC, for example, or any of the other chains that are out there, they've already thought about doing that, and they also want to be on exchanges. They want to launch on several exchanges, and that's one of the goals that they're trying to do for the milestones. The next question was about how was KYC, or if it was, or how doxed the project was. And Cal explained that he himself was KYC'd. The team has been doxed. They've been audited. They've actually had their smart contract audited, and they're currently working on the staking pools contract being audited as we speak, because those need to be 100% good to avoid exploits, and so they're working on that right now. The next person asked, actually Jay specifically, about the XPad and what the date was for the release. And it's been known that the launchpad is going to be XPad is going to be launched on December 15th, but Jay actually had some amazing news that they were thinking of releasing it a couple days early because things were going so well. And they've got those two partnerships established, and so they're thinking about releasing it on 12th or 13th because they're ahead of schedule and things are going so well. So that's great news to hear that. The next person asked about how does the volume get generated for BUSDX, and that's when Jay explained the fact that on those very launch pads that he was talking about on the 15th, when they go to release IDOs and new projects, people, in order to be able to go into the projects, have to buy BUSDX tokens and stake them. And there's going to be different tiers. and the higher the tier, the better it is for that person. So it's going to behoove a person to buy the tokens and stake them. And so when those people are buying the tokens, and then if they decide to dump the tokens, the volume is going to be created for us, the BUSDX holders. And so this is going to be a win-win scenario for everyone. And so that was essentially it for the questions. And now comes the next part of the video, which is talking about the huge news that they released during the NMA, that they were announcing $5,000 being given out to the holders of both FFT and BUSDX. And so let's move over to over here on Twitter, where we can actually see what they were talking about. This is it right here. So discusses our AMA with Futura Finance. Yesterday we're giving away $5,000 in BNB, baby. And so you must hold a minimum of 25,000 BSX tokens and a minimum of 50 million FFT tokens to qualify. They're going to pick 3 winners, which will each receive 1,000 buckaroos, and 4 winners are going to receive $500. They're going to pick their winners on Sunday and announce the winners on the 14th, which is going to be on Tuesday. So I guess they're gonna pick their winners on Monday and announce it on Tuesday. And so it's pretty cool. Think about that. There's a chance to win 5,000 bucks just for holding those 2 coins. And so that's pretty exciting to hear about that. And so definitely look into that so you can qualify and try to get some money. Pretty exciting stuff. They've got that $5,000 giveaway in BNB, and not only that, after they mentioned that, they actually handed out 250 million Futura tokens to some of the people that were on the AMA. So pretty cool. You know, you're on there. They spun a wheel and they named 5 winners. And so it's definitely worth your time to check out some of these AMA, because you might be the next winner on one of those wheels. Get some free money. And then in the end, they thanked everyone for the time and the special partnership between the two. You know, it's definitely a win-win scenario for everybody to invest in both these 2 tokens. And so pretty excited to see what is next for these 2. You know, I definitely appreciate your time. I know this was a little longer than normal. Please like and subscribe, and on my next video I'll try to talk about some of the new partnerships that Expat is coming out with, hopefully in the next couple of days. Keep an eye out for that, and I hope to hear from you guys. Peace.